Hi everyone, I'm Mary, your neurofitness coach, and today I want to talk about something most people overlook until their body forces them to pay attention. Stress levels and how it affects your gut. Many people experience bloating, discomfort, acidity, or an unsettled stomach and immediately think it's the food. But very often, it's not the food, it's the stress your body is carrying. When stress levels rise, your system shifts into survival mode. And in that state, your body is not focused on digestion, it is focused on protection, which means your digestion slows down and your gut starts becoming imbalanced. Your gut and your brain are constantly communicating through what we call the gut brain connection. So, when your mind is under pressure, your gut feels it immediately. And when your gut is disturbed, your mind becomes foggy, reactive, and anxious. You might notice that when you're stressed, you don't feel like eating properly, or you eat and still don't feel settled, or your body feels heavy and uncomfortable, even after a normal meal. Now, that's not random. That is your nervous system directly affecting your digestion. Over time, chronic stress begins to change your internal chemistry. It affects your gut lining, your microbiome, and your ability to absorb nutrients properly, which creates a deeper imbalance in your body. But the most important thing to understand is that your body is not broken. It is responding exactly the way it has been conditioned. And that means it can be retrained. This is where my magnetic mind method, the nervous system reset, comes in. Because we don't just address symptoms, we reset the system itself. When your nervous system moves out of survival mode and into a state of safety, your body naturally begins to restore balance. Your digestion improves, your energy stabilizes, and your gut starts functioning the way it is designed to. Let me take this a little deeper because this is where most people misunderstand what's really happening in the body. When your system is under stress for a long period of time, your body starts producing higher levels of stress hormones. And one of the key hormones here is cortisol. Now, cortisol in itself is not bad. It's actually designed to help you respond to situations. But when it stays elevated for too long, it begins to interfere with your natural digestive process. What happens is that your body starts redirecting energy away from digestion and towards survival, which means your stomach acid production can change. Your digestion can become slower or irregular, and your gut environment starts losing its balance. And this is often why people start noticing symptoms like discomfort or bloating, irregular digestion, or even sensitivity to foods that never caused any issues before. And this is where it becomes confusing for many people because they start changing their diet, eliminating foods, trying different nutrition plans. But the system don't fully go away. Maybe they improve temporarily, but then they return. And that's because the root cause is not only what you are eating, it is the state your nervous system is operating in while you are eating. Because you can eat the healthiest meal, but if your body is in stress while you're eating it, your digestion will not function optimally. Now, I want you to reflect on something very simple. How do you usually eat your meals? Are you relaxed? Are you present and aware? Or are you eating while checking your phone, thinking about work, planning your next task, or feeling rushed? Because digestion doesn't just depend on food, it depends on a state of your body. When your body is calm, your digestion works. When your body is stressed, your digestion slows down. It's that simple. And that is why many people today experience what we call a functional imbalance in the gut. There may not always be a major medical condition, but the system is not operating optimally. The gut becomes sensitive, the body becomes reactive, energy levels fluctuate, and over time, people start feeling disconnected from their own body. Now, here is something very important that I want you to understand. Your body is always trying to move towards balance, always. And when you feel discomfort, even when something feels off, your body is not working against you. It is actually trying to protect you. But if the environment it is operating in, meaning your internal state, is constantly stressful, then it adapts to that. And that adaptation becomes your new normal. So the real question is not, what is wrong with my body? The real question is, what has my body adapted to? Because once you understand this, you stop fighting your body and you start working with it. Now let's connect this back to the nervous system again. Your nervous system has two main states. One is a state of activation, survival, stress, alertness, and the other is a state of regulation, safety, calm, restoration. Your digestion primarily works in the state of safety, which means if your body does not feel safe, your digestion will always be compromised. And this is why quick fixes don't work long term. Because you cannot force your body into balance. You have to create the conditions where balance naturally happens. And those conditions start with your nervous system. In the work that I do, we focus on creating those conditions, not by adding more pressure, not by adding more rules, but by helping the body shift out of the constant alert mode. Because once that shift begins, the body starts responding differently. Digestion becomes smoother, energy becomes more stable, the mind becomes clearer. And most importantly, you start feeling connected to yourself again. Because that's what many people are actually missing. Not just better digestion, but a sense of ease in their own body. So if you've been trying to fix symptoms from the outside, I want you to take a moment and consider this. What if the real shift begins from the inside? What if your body doesn't need more control, but more safety? And that's exactly the journey we begin when we start resetting the nervous system. So if you've been experiencing stress, digestive discomfort, or feeling out of balance, this is your sign to start working with your body instead of against it. You can join my live workshop where I guide you through this process step by step, and you will find the link below. I will see you there.